Hi, welcome back to Balance with Bailey, the podcast and wellness brand where we are figuring out how to balance it all together, figuring out how to find balance in a chaotic lifestyle. And you know what? It's spring. Daylight savings has happened, and I feel like that is just like the pivotal moment of it starting to be spring. Summer's around the corner, and this is where we pick back up. I don't know about you, but this winter kicked my butt. And if you're sitting there thinking, like, oh my gosh, Bailey, this winter kind of got me down. I've been going through a lot. I just don't know what's going on. I'm not finding balance right now in my day-to-day life and I need help. This is the episode for you. We're going to talk all things spring reset, life reset, and how we're changing and carrying our energy going into the summer. So, as you all know, I have been in a period of change for a long time now. And if you guys listened to last week's episode, the breakup and everything has been going down. I'm not going to lie. Since then, have I been crashing out? Slightly. Honestly, not as bad as I was expecting, and it ebbs and flows. But, I'm locking in. I had my fun, I had my silly, goofy time, and I need to find the balance again that serves me and is just best for myself and my body, and not going out to the bars and drinking and working out and not sleeping. Because honestly, that was what this past weekend was like. Moving on, I will be locking the fuck in this week. And it started this Monday. I worked in the OR Monday, Tuesday, grinded all day. It was nice. Got off at decent times, got to walk in the sun after work both days because of daylight savings. I am enjoying the sun being up until 8 p.m. I feel like that just like completely rejuvenates your energy and you don't even realize it until daylight savings happens again and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what summer's like. This is why we all thrive, and we're not outside in the dark for 5 hours. And it has just been so much better having the sun up. I have been waking up tired as heck though, and I'm working on that, still going to bed early and waking up later. But like, it definitely took like 2 weeks for my body to adjust. Like, literally, I feel like today was the first day I woke up and I was like, okay, I don't feel completely exhausted waking up. But that's just what you have to do in spring. Your body has to adjust. You have to give yourself time. And now that we're adjusted, we're ready to move in to this new season. And I feel like this season is finally a rest, finally a period of getting to chill out and moving into the spring. These are some things like that have just been making the vibes. And starting off strong, Hairstyle's new album. If you haven't listened, go listen on repeat. Pop, American Girls, Taste Back. I'm trying to think of all of like the good songs that I love. Aperture, like if you have been to my Pilates class in the past 2 weeks, I have like at least 3 of those songs in every class and they just embody spring. So put in those headphones, play the new album, go on a long walk and get your 10K steps. 10K steps every day. Life changing, been loving the weather being nice. And again, I just feel like I'm starting to get my personality back, which I feel like spring brings that energy for everyone. So you know what, we're giggling more, we're getting outside, taking care of our bodies, finding that balance in that routine. And you know what, if that's a glass of wine on a patio on the weekend, it's a part of the balance. Like, you can't just go 100% one way or the other. And I think that's something I'm learning right now moving into my spring season and my spring reset is, you know what, it's okay to grind all week and then go have fun on the weekends. Or if it's a spontaneous let's go get dinner on a Thursday night, like, I'm going to do that because, you know what, I'm young in my 20s, I'm 25, and if I've learned anything, I'm a lot younger than I give myself credit for sometimes, and it's okay to be a little messy. It's okay to find the balance, and you know what, it's got to happen. Someone's got to do it for the plot. Someone has to live for the stories for everyone else's entertainment when everyone's lives are boring, and mine is just getting creative and more fun. So moving into spring, some things that I'm doing for my personal reset that you should also be doing is having a spring reset day. Wash your sheets, reorganize your room, organize that closet. I know your workout sets are not organized because mine aren't, and they get messed up like probably every time I go to try to find an outfit to put on. So go through your closet. Do that deep cleaning in your bathroom, in your laundry room. Get all the laundry done. Do all those little cleaning tasks that you don't want to do but feels so good to do. We fully went through our kitchen this past week and just like cleaned everything. The floorboards, reorganized, bought organizers for under the sink. Like, things like that will feel so good after you do it. Light a candle, play some music. Like, every night before I go to bed, I use my brick. This is a brick. It's a magnet and you can put it anywhere. I literally just leave it on the side of my bed. You tap your phone onto it and it locks certain apps in your phone and you can't unlock them until you re-tap it. So I always try to tap it before I go to bed. And then when I wake up in the morning, I don't get on my phone or those apps that it doesn't let me. I think the only apps that I have unlocked on my brick is like my camera roll for filming things. Other than that, the app is locked until you re-tap it on here, and it'll remind you and be like, do you want to untap it? It gives you a timer of how long you've had it bricked, and it is life-changing, especially for someone who works in social media and is like always on my phone. I tap it before I go to bed, and then I won't re-tap it in the morning until I wake up, unless I'm going to the OR. Then I immediately tap it because it's so early and I need my phone. But on my slow mornings, I won't tap it until after I read, journal, do my devotionals for the day, and kind of set my day up mentally in a positive way. And then I'll untap it and look at it, because you don't realize like how much that affects you the second you wake up, like looking at your phone and scrolling, and like even just the light, like it's just so much better to get up and start to journal and do devotionals, read my book. I'm rereading the Court of Thorns and Roses series. But if you always say that you're going to do those things or like be on your phone less and you never really are, you need a brick, because genuinely it won't let you open the apps until you like physically unbrick it. If I leave it downstairs, it's even better, because then I'm like so far away, I can't just like tap it right next to me. Like it's such a good goal, and having those milestones of like minutes that you've had it locked makes such a difference, because sometimes you look down and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 hours, I haven't even noticed. Or you look down and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been 5 minutes and I'm already trying to re-scroll on my phone. So it's super helpful. That is definitely one of my favorite things I will be taking into the spring and summer, just getting off your phone, getting outside, and it makes such a difference. Journaling in the mornings, I have been really focusing on how I'm feeling, what I'm grateful for, and then also creating my future and what I want to manifest and bring into my life based off of basically restarting my entire life this past month. And it is so important to be so clear about your goals, because if you're not clear, it could manifest or come to you in a wrong way or a different way. If you're so incredibly clear, it will come in your future, and you just need to know that you are so specific that some things need time and take time. So like sitting down every morning, writing these things out on pieces of paper, and being able to look back and see how those things shift over time each day, and just kind of where your ideas flow, the deeper you get into it and the deeper your thoughts get into it. There's so many journal prompts you can find on like Pinterest and TikTok and all of those things. But I usually just wake up and kind of sit with myself for a couple minutes and like see where my mind is and how I want to carry that into the day, and what I'm bringing into my space and my mindset. And all of those things will make such a difference for you if you start to shift your mindset. I think that's the easiest thing people forget, is like everyone thinks, oh, like working out your physical health, or like what you're eating, what you're doing, how you're moving your body, but like your mindset and your mental health is so important and always needs time and always needs work. No one has the perfect mindset and is super confident every day when they wake up. Like you have to take the time to move into that space and practice that mindset. So spring is the perfect time for that, so that as we are cleaning out, getting deep into moving negative energy and negative things out of our space, we're replacing it with positive things and not falling into negative cycles that can be so easy to fall back into. Something I'm really going to work on is more intuitively eating, not necessarily eating better, just thinking about what I'm eating, thinking about my protein goals, drinking more water, and really fueling my body in a better way. That's something I struggle with. And moving forward, that's something I need to find balance with. For spring, we are going to sit down and create 2 lists. We are going to create a spring bucket list and a spring to-do list. The spring bucket list is fun things. Spring bucket list is have a picnic in the park, go to Barnes & Noble with your friends and get books, read them outside, go on a walk, like take a trip. Those are your fun things. Those are your spring bucket list. You sit down, you write down everything that you want to do now until summer hits, all the positive things, and then we're going to have our spring to-do list. Our spring to-do list is a little more nitty-gritty. Our spring to-do list is cleaning your space, doing your laundry, journaling, reflecting on everything that has been happening over the winter in the past couple months, the energy you want to get rid of, the energy you want to bring into your space. Cleaning out your car, that's something I have been needing to do for probably the past month. every time I get in my car, I think about it. And every time I get out of my car, I forget about it. So that is on my list this week. That's something I really need to do. Creating these physical lists is going to help so much with checking things off and getting to move with them in your space versus just like thinking about it or like writing it in your notes app. I never go back to my notes app, or like if I just think about it, I'll be like, oh, I'll totally remember this in the morning, and then I never do. So bringing lists into spring. Sit down, write out your lists, use sticky notes so you can like stick them places. I love doing that. And having a morning like mantra, I would say. I have it written over my desk and it's on a piece of paper and I just like taped it up. And it's just a few lines of things I want to remind myself every morning, what I want to bring into my life, into my space, and just starting off with a great mindset. Spring is the time for a great mindset. If you're struggling to kind of set the spring vibes or bring the positive energy into spring, my biggest advice, throw in those headphones, start the Harry Styles album, start the spring playlist that you find on Spotify, and just walk until you literally think everything through that you need to think. And I always find the best moments of clarity outside, moving my body by myself with headphones in. And then when you're walking, it's not as intimidating as like sitting down and journal. Like I feel like sometimes journaling can be intimidating and like, oh, I have to find all the answers. But when you're just walking, you think of the most random things. And so going into spring, daily walks are important and what we're going to bring in to the space. And we're just starting spring. There is no pressure. We do not need to figure it out. We do not need to know exactly what is coming. Also, you can't plan ahead. I'm really, really working on that and bringing that into spring and summer, is like living in the moment and like thinking maybe a couple days ahead or a week ahead. But like you cannot think months ahead. You cannot think years ahead. Like honestly, that just never works out for me personally. I don't know about you or how that feels for you, but like having a timeline is never going to work. And so I'm really releasing that for spring and summer, and I'm going to live more day to day, more week to week in the moment. It's going to make such a difference. And I hope that it creates a little less stress. We're letting go of stress moving into spring and summer, and just absolutely obsessing over summer and spring trends that I've been thinking about lately that I'm so excited for. I love a capri moment. I started wearing them working out, and then I was like, wait, this is so cute with like capris, a little top, and some kitten heels. That is going to be my uniform moving into this spring and summer. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the kitten heel and a jean and a little top. Like it is the perfect time to start dressing cute again. I feel like I always get so inspired in spring and summer. It's just so much more opportunity to play with outfits and different trends that are going on, different patterns. And I know that the whole like Carolyn Bessette thing is really popular right now and like dressing really neutral and really like modest. But honestly, that just makes me want to dress even more funky and even more to my personality, because I feel like as trends come and go, like it's just not sustainable and that's just not who I am. So I really want to take this opportunity to really embrace myself and my quirks. And I think that also can be just in general for you, is something is like right now really focusing in on like who you are, your quirky things, unique things about you, and really just like showing them full force, full everything. I know it's really easy as like people pleasers to blend in, or like, girl, I'm a Libra, of course I'm gonna blend in to my environment. That's like literally in my DNA. But I'm really focusing on really embracing myself and all the unique things about me. I'm getting my personality back. So many people have told me that over the past like week, and I think that's amazing because I'm like, I want to giggle and be weird. Like something that my best friend and I were saying all weekend was like, I never claimed that I wasn't weird. I never claimed that I was chill. I'm crazy and I'm weird, but it's fun. Like it's giggling, it's fun, it's doing stupid stuff that no one else would do because they'd be embarrassed. Like social anxiety should fear me. I'm not going to fear social anxiety because like I genuinely don't care what people think. And once you get to that point, it is so life-changing. It's so hard. It takes time. I'm not saying it's easy, but the second you stop caring what other people think, like genuinely you see who you are as a person and like get to thrive because you're being your authentic self, and it's just so much fun, and you get to see and be a part of opportunities that you never thought you would because you were just being yourself and meeting people. We're also bringing that into spring and summer for sure. with fun outfits, fun styles, doing whatever you want to do. Like, if everyone wants to go do something, but you would rather go do something else, go do that. Or like, if you want to stay home, stay home. Say no. If you want to say yes, say yes. Like, it is your life, and whatever you're going to do, it doesn't matter what trends are or different things. Like, this is the time, I feel like, especially in society today, to like do whatever the fuck you want to do. No one's going to care. No one's going to judge you. And if they do, they're not meant to be in your life. They're not meant to be around you. And like, okay, bye. There's like a million other people out in the world that will support you and be a great community. Also, finding your community at this time in the spring and summer, like, don't be hanging out with negative people. Don't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? Get rid of the negative people, get rid of the negative opinions, because it makes such a difference when you do, and when you're around people that genuinely support you and like want to see you thrive. Sometimes you have to find the friends that are confident enough in themselves to lift you up as well, and not secretly be a hater or secretly be jealous or like secretly an op. It makes a difference, especially as you grow into yourself and your personality and your confidence. That's going to intimidate some people, and unfortunately you can't control other people's opinions on you. You just have to find the people that will be a part of your council, and your council is your very close knit group of friends, the ones you actually would take advice from because they know you, you know them, and like they have your best interest at heart, versus people who are not on your council but might be in your friend group, or might be that you're friends with, but secretly deep down they're intimidated or they're jealous or they just don't want to see you win. That mindset and that energy around you is just so different, and it's not helpful when like we're all just trying to make it through life. We're all trying to get through this at the same time, and leaning on each other is like what you're meant to do as a human being. So making sure that you don't fall into a negative environment, because that is not our spring. We are not bringing that into our springtime and our summer. So spring, we are really working on our physical environment, our mental health, and our spiritual, emotional environment, because now is not the time to mess around. It's time to lock in. And honestly, I'm really excited. I am excited for this next season, and I really feel like I have been waiting, and there's been a lot of change. It's been a lot of, oh my, how much more can this change? And then it does. So I'm on the up, I'm on the growth, and I'm really excited to see what's in store for this next season and to bring you along with me. I am so excited for our next event. We're going to be announcing it soon, working with some really big brands and some really fun people in great communities, and bringing it to you guys in real life for more events, and really nailing down what this lifestyle brand is going to be. Little recap of this past weekend, because it was chaotic and I feel like you all need to know. So I'm calling this like my last hoorah before my lock-in. Friday night I did a high rocks workout for the first time ever. Yes, I ran. If you know me, I do not like running. I'll walk for like 10 miles. I just don't like running. I don't know. But I did a high rocks event, more like workout class, but it was so much fun. We ran like 200 meters, did a station, ran 200 meters, and then everyone ran together before moving on to the next station. It was so much fun. And then we went and got beers after. Like, we all thought we were just showing up for workout, and then someone was like, wait, should we go to a brewery down the street? So we did. We got beers, had so much fun. My two really good friends slept over that night. Woke up in the morning because we were all going to box together at 8:30. I woke up at like 7:30. And the coach that was supposed to coach Pilates was sick. And I was like, you know what? I was already going to be there for boxing. Let me lock in right now and take the next 10 minutes, create a class, and go coach the 8:30 a.m. So I was like, bye guys, gotta go. See you at the studio. Ran over to the gym, coached a last minute 8:30 a.m. Pilates class. Then once my friends were done boxing, we went over to Run Club. We got a drink and of course a maple latte from Push and Pour. We went on a little 2-mile walk with everyone, caught up with everyone. And then as we were going home, everyone's like, wait, it's Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. We need to go drink a Guinness, drink some beer. So we're like, okay, you know what? Like 2 p.m., let's go have a beer or two, like just hang out with everyone who we've basically been hanging out with since Friday night. So we hung out, drank a couple beers, my best friend and I went to my brother's house for dinner. We're hanging out, and they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to go rip the bars. And you know what? Why not? Like, what are you going to do? So Izzy and I went and we brought a deck of cards because we are obsessed with playing cards. That is also something we're bringing into spring and summer is card games. If you haven't played Egyptian Rap Slap, look it up. Look at my TikTok because genuinely it's like my favorite game I've ever played. So we played cards, we brought the cards to the bar and just giggled and had so much fun with our friends. Wore green. I wore my green bitch shirt with my green beers and my sunglasses. It was so much fun and just a great time. Again, just like having fun, no pressure, not worrying about what other people are thinking. We were just hanging out with our friends, playing cards, and honestly had the best night. We ended it with some chicken bacon tater wraps, and we're in bed by like 1, which was great. Woke up, went to church with some of our friends the next day, got some smoothies after, went on a really long walk, and it was just honestly the perfect little weekend that I didn't realize I needed, but I did need. I missed having guy friends. I missed going out with people that you don't see all the time, making new friends, like getting to know people deeper than just like when you see them at a workout or like out and about. It was really fun, and it was fun to hang out with a group of people that I haven't really done that with before. So that was my great weekend pre-lock-in. And then, as I said, Monday I woke up, was in the OR, Monday, Tuesday, and here we are on Wednesday. This episode is coming out a little bit later, but you know what? I'm still figuring out the details of the lock-in. I'm still figuring out details of what I want this next chapter to look like. Again, you guys, it's been a month. I'm working. Don't think that the silence is not me working. I feel like I'm doing a lot of things. It's just taking me time. And I saw a quote the other day. It said, change is quiet and change is, wait, I can't remember. I saw a quote and it went a little something like this. It was, change is quiet or growth is quiet until everything changes. That's what it was. Okay. Growth is quiet until everything changes. And I feel like I'm in the quiet growth right now. A lot of behind the scenes, a lot of things moving, but hopefully this week we'll announce our event coming up next month and some brands I'm working with and a lot of fun things I'm doing behind the scenes. So I really love and appreciate you guys for all the support, especially in my chaotic crash out time a little bit. And you know what? It's balance. We're figuring it out, and I'm still doing the episodes. I'm still here. We're still creating the community. We're still creating the brand, and it's just that quiet growth right now. So I appreciate all of your love and support. Make sure to follow the TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Pod, and I will see you all next week for more spring updates and some really exciting things to share. Well, I thank you all so much for being a part of the community. I will love you all. See you next week. Love you. Bye.